Welcome back. Instead of James, I think he's gone. Don't know where he's gone. Where do you think he's gone, Janko?
Dead now, of course.
Dead now? Just gone. Absolutely taken down. So we've got Janko instead. And who more fitting to cast a Mousesports game? Janko is probably the #1 fan of Mousesports. As you could tell in the analysis, you seem pretty excited.
Definitely. I wouldn't miss this for the world, Dan.
And they'll be playing against GODSENT, so it's a match which they really shouldn't lose. I feel like against FaZe, okay, sure. But GODSENT right now, they're points for the taking, right?
Well, they haven't been looking good, to say the least, but they also had to deal with the roster change recently, so I think they have earned a little bit of time before we can make our final judgment. But definitely we expected more from the team, that's for sure.
Okay, well, I mean, Dust 2 is a pretty explosive map. So the likes of, I mean, we saw great stuff from JW there against NIP yesterday. Actually, if not for JW, did they actually win that map? I think they may have done.
No, they haven't.
Did they barely lost it or something?
Lost on overtime.
Okay, lost in overtime. Oh, you're right. Of course, they lost in overtime. But for the fact for them to even get that far, because they lost, it was like quite a crushing result from NIP up until that point. You know, it's really cool to see that JW found the comfort to actually just... Because he basically, in some of the rounds, walked up mid with an AWP and killed 4 people, which is kind of ridiculous in a professional match to be able to do that. But that's what JW can add to your team. But largely speaking, otherwise, the team, I think as a point that you made yesterday, they're not as strong individually overall as they used to be. So where do they find... You know, how do they find their play style with this new lineup? It's difficult to say.
Yeah, as we talked about it yesterday, they kind of need to reinvent themselves a little bit, because just relying on that pure individual skill, I don't think it's going to work for them this time around. With not just this lineup of players, it's that type of, you know, that meta has become obsolete, so to speak. So it is going to be a rough period for them.
Well, hopefully they can find some success. But it does seem to be that the Swedish scene at the moment has their top 2 teams now they're in a fairly solid spot. You've got Fnatic, of course, behind NIP, I suppose. And NIP pits back there as well. So whether they have a resurgence or, you know, how that goes is it very interesting as well. But into the pistol here between these 2 teams, and Mousesports are off on the T side. Didn't have the best T side in the world just now. Let's see if they can do better this time.
They had a bad start, but they recovered decently. So I think that GODSENT also had a game in ESCA. So I don't think they were able to actually watch Mousesports play. So,
do you think teams get like a huge amount from that? Actually, maybe that's the point we can go into on NiKo, because it's something that people talk about all the time. And well, yeah. So we'll get there on NiKo. But right now, it looks like GODSENT have a very passive setup. They're just kind of waiting for Mousesports, and they're just going to have to pray that they hit all the shots, because they won't have too much forward warning of what's going to hit them. Lekro with a deep angle there on towards middle. Spots all the oncoming CTs. Ooh, a very nice first tap down onto chrisJ. And, ooh, that's unfortunate. Looks like loWel's lining up for him, but loWel, explosive loWel, takes down 2 on the bomb side for the bomb plants. In comes JW from the back. And what can he find? Great positioning from one of Mousesports' players. I think NiKo is basically there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, thank you, NiKo, because JW is about to kill everyone. So it looks like this should be pretty good here for the T side, but pronax and znajder actually causing some problems here. loWel's just caught in the back, unable to do much, and they're actually going to get a defuse here. I thought that was for sure Mousesports rounds.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, that's actually NiKo's round right there, because he gave too much room to JW. I mean, he never should be in a position to get 2 kills. This where, I mean, Spiidi, I would assume that NiKo even called for him to come and, you know, bait a little bit so he can get the kill, but he goes for a very wide peek, dies instantly, and still NiKo didn't react in time. JW is allowed to get another kill.
Well then.
I think it's chrisJ and Fallen, probably the 2 best players with the scout right now.
Yeah, it was always chrisJ's thing, wasn't it? He was always known for that. And I thought the thing there as well, like GODSENT kind of like rushing up mid with the player. I only really like that when it's on the 3rd round after you win the pistol, where the T's don't have any Kevlar. That's when it feels okay to do that. It's not going to work out for znajder this time around. Nice flash from Lekro, but he looks away after his flash pops, and he gets wrecked. Janko. All the way, fully, completely, and absolutely wrecked.
I mean, he switched his attention towards mid, maybe thinking that, you know, he was being split up, but he had a player spotting that, so...
No, that's what's weird about it.
I even think that it was... I'm not sure if it was NiKo who flashed over from mid, or it was actually his teammate flashing, loCro's teammate flashing for him, but either way, bit unlucky with the timing. Mousesports were just pushing from tunnels and they were able to get the wide peak and overwhelm loCro in the bomb site. So Mousesports, even though they'll lose yet another pistol, now they managed to win the second round. And GODSENT will probably force after this, but it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, it's not going to be all that pretty indeed. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do with it though. On the CT side, the force buys kind of suck on Dust 2. It's one of the hardest maps to play proper force buys, to be honest. It's not like a Nuke or an Inferno or a Train where you can get really close to your opponents and play choke points. The map's very open. You can avoid those issues very easily on this map, unlike a lot of maps.
If you play it properly, then. But
yeah.
a lot of teams don't.
Don't know
they
why.
Still go for those choke points, short ranges, tight spots, and they get punished for it. So let's see how Mousesports will approach this round. It's a bit different because they have saved some rifles, so it's not just, you're not playing only against pistols. Actually, there's just one pistol, the CZ on loCro.
Mag 7 though is never too fun. Znajder's playing upper dark with that. You would expect him to go for the push fairly soon with it as we approach 1 minute. That's when you start to expect the Ts to make their plays around middle, and there is a play. So
this is like the problem for Mousesports right now is that all 5 players are, you know, concentrated on that cat area. They don't know if GODSENT is pushing long, as pronax is right now, or upper B. But NiKo is looking for it, so we'll see if he is able to get the drop on pronax. Looks like he will, or not.
So easy bomb side A for Mousesports, and this should be the round at this point for Mousesports. It should be pretty impossible for GODSENT to bring themselves back into this retake, I think. I mean, they don't have any utility. There's a very strong post-plant setup. Yeah, they're just saving. Ooh. JW. I guess you're asking for that, to be honest. If you're peeking from pit there, you're kind of asking to get shot in the face. So 2-1 for Mousesports then.
Yeah, after the initial kill, Mousesports actually makes a good decision to group up with 4 of the players. NiKo, who was low HP, was waiting for that flank. And even though GODSENT reacts, pushing upper B and long, they only found NiKo top mid, and the rest of the team already got the bomb down, got the positions, and can see why this is a good decision. Why, when we talk about these types of rounds, grouping up, especially after you get the first kill, can be really, really powerful. If they've been split up, someone still in upper B, someone in long, they could have been caught by the aggressive push from GODSENT. This way they avoid it, and even if they ran into some players, they would have probably gotten the trades because of the numbers and equipment advantage.
Cool peek from pronax. Gets 1 from it, drops down to CT, and it's going to be interesting to see if there's a push from JW on A Longhouse, how JW is going to manage that, if he's going to hold his position. Because right now, Mousesports have a free passage onto A. And yep, JW starts to push from long towards Catwalk. So long is completely given up. Will Mousesports realize that a long plant is going to be pretty fun in this position? It's pretty hard to necessarily know that. I think they're planting for short right now. Yeah, it's a short plant, but that's where all the CTs are. So they might not be able to take short. So in reality, they're kind of stuck on the bomb site, which is definitely a better situation here for GODSENT than it could be.
They have 2 more smokes though. 1 more now, NiKo threw 1 and the molly, so...
Also, Znajder jumping around with a Mag 7. It's going to do a fair amount of damage. Oh man, just able to have 3 shots here. His teammates are going down there. He's the last man standing, so looks like it's not going to matter too much in the end. Mousesports actually going to win this round, it seems, as there's no time for Znajder to get back up there. Gets some extra kills though. I wonder how many mag shots he got off in this round. Oh man, he's going to kill everyone.
Too many.
Yeah, way too many. He got 3 kills with the mag. Oh, well, 2 and 1 with the USP, but still, he shot so many mag shots.
I mean, he's got 6,500 then, so he can drop an op to his teammate or buy one for himself. Mousesports taking their time with the buy.
So what do you want to see from Mousesports strategically against the buy round of GODSENT? Now they know JW's on the AWP and so on.
They can go for a number of things. Just wait a little bit for GODSENT to spend some of the utility. If they wait for an aggressive push, if GODSENT wants to make one, and then they can go for that long take that they already did. You can see that pronax is already deep inside the 8 tunnels. So they can either go for that as pronax peaks aggressively. But let's see, Mousesports seems to be reacting by pushing cat immediately.
So chrisJ, he's the man to make the play. JW creeps into the position. chrisJ has the ability to see him first, and that is the frag. So he's on the bomb site, one more frag to make. Flick comes in, frag is taken. And, oh, actually it's NiKo that got the kill there. But yeah, there's the GG. So Mousesports played that pretty well.
Yeah, I think the call was from Denis. I think pronax may have been flashed out as well by his teammate. So in that case, Denis could have given the call that 2 players are out at long, and the best reaction Mousesports can have is let's just push cat, because there can't be more than 1 player there, or the chances are very slim. And they do get into the bomb site. I'm not really sure why JW would crab walk towards the duel. Instead, you can just hold a passive angle when you have the numbers advantage. Try and get 1 kill and stay alive. Wait for your team to get into position for a retake. This way, he gives up that kill, and him dying, that gives control of the site to Mousesports, because that's their up or down. chrisJ, of course, has an advantage. After that, you can see there's nothing flusha or I didn't see who died first can do from that position. That's why you see players even in a 5v5 play it passively, just try to get a kill and stay alive, wait for the team to rotate in, then play the retake.
Play the retake, yeah. It's a good start for Mousesports overall, gotta say. I'm starting to worry for GODSENT, just a tad. Mousesports, they did show in that last Dust 2 that they loved going for B hits. It does seem like they're going to go for a B split this time. NiKo with very brazen wide peeking here. There's 3 players essentially who can quickly respond to B. One of them's just been burned alive, so, well, rip flusha, rip Lecro, just going to be znajder left by the doors, and they should account for him. They should realize there should be a second player around here, to be honest. Or maybe they don't, because is it covered? I think there was a split second where znajder could have done something there, but it's better to stay alive in this position.
Yeah, it seems like GODSENT is going for yet another save. These saves are baiting them a little bit, because they have enough money to drop off a mass or drop an M4 and then have another buy round, but they don't have the money for an AWP, not enough money for all of the utility either. And it can be difficult to play the CT side without that. As we see NiKo hunting exactly to prevent that. But that execute was something that Mousesports tries from time to time. G2 does it as well. NiKo is going out mid by himself to make contact, hopefully get a kill, but more than anything else, draw the attention to himself on middle, so that the rest of his team can just explode onto the B bomb site, while hopefully the B players, the CT B players, are focused out towards mid.
Yeah, it seems to be working really well. Again, as I mentioned, it's something that they did quite a lot in the first Dust 2 game today. And I think like 3 or 4 times, I think it worked pretty well.
The only difference now is that they actually do it as a team and not have the bomb at top mid.
Yeah, that's a nice difference.
That helps, Dan.
That's an improvement. Maybe they were watching the analysis segment when you were doing, and
if only, Dan. I did so many about Mousesports at this point.
Yes, it's sad but true, like that Metallica song. So we have the 4 players of Mousesports on the A long area. They have a lurker towards the lower dark area. So with the man advantage, they can almost play this like an anti-force buy, just like walk onto the A bomb site from long altogether. Yeah,
what I like is they seem to be doing a much better job of playing the advantages once they gain them. You can see again 4 players grouped up together. Just NiKo there holding a flank.
Oh, do they not have any smokes? I don't know.
They threw the deep one.
Huh. Yeah, because there are a bunch of crosses there, and it's just into the open against the CTs. Gave them a lot of engagements. It's going to have to be the clutch mode now. NiKo has 2 frags already. chrisJ taking down behind the smoke. There's surely no way NiKo can win this. He's against 2 players. Has to get an absolute nutty couple shots, but won't happen for him this time. Around picked up by GODSENT. And if only they had... oh, yeah, they have the deep smoke there, but okay, because doesn't matter, it seems, because the players were coming from catwalk, so...
Yeah, but why go for those challenges? You only got 1 player, you need to assume they're on cat. Why not throw the normal smoke, get towards the side? That smoke covers you to throw a Molotov on cat, so you can really prevent the CTs of holding those peaks. Okay, you want to challenge them, which is, in my opinion, not the best option, but they didn't do that properly either. The smoke was bad. flusha gets a kill through the smoke. And great play from flusha at the end of the round. He sneaks through the smoke, the half smoke, and gets chrisJ in the back, knowing that chrisJ will probably hold the edge of the smoke, and then swaps for the op and waits for NiKo to push up cat.
And you're right, if you have long and you haven't got frags there, you know they're holding catwalk as well. So with at least 2 players most of the time.
So that was maybe an example of Mousesports trying to be a bit too smart, overthinking things instead of just going for the simple play, because they did a good job of throwing the Molotovs into the site.
Yeah.
No one could be close range there, but they got shut down from long range.
Yeah, and interestingly, they try to push middle there, and again, kind of baiting utility out, and there is almost none on GODSENT now at this point. So they're really, this is great because they're really in a good position to go for a set piece on TA side. Even if it's just, even if there's 3 players there, if they have the correct Molotovs and so on, I think it still could probably be a good round. But let's see what they actually decide to do here, because GODSENT, if they plant a guy on a goose, it could be quite hard to break this for Mousesports. Ooh, pronax goes really deep here. That's so smart. Surely pronax is going to get a bunch of kills here a little bit later when the smoke starts to go away. Still waiting patiently in the smoke. And Mousesports abandon the effort. Back towards B, or what is the plan here? They've got 20 seconds. They're going to have to go for desperation towards B. Trade kills comes in, but can they do this? There's 1 man still in the B bomb site, and Spiidi's alone. He takes him down. He can actually plant. Spiidi could clutch this. He's already got 2 kills on the board. Bomb going down just in the nick of time as the 2 remaining CTs start to position for the retake. Spiidi goes for the 1 versus 1. The smart play. He's going to nail it. Takes down pronax, and this is a problem now, JW. Last man standing. Spiidi falls at the last hurdle. That's so unfortunate. I can't believe Mousesports got this far. It looked like the most awkward, oh god, our first plan has not worked, and somehow they still managed to get there.
Yeah, it did. The problem was in the end the B side, because the players were challenging individually. First it was Lacro who got the 1-for-1, but then died, and afterwards it was znajder, and with only 10 seconds left, I'm not really sure why he was still in the open. Maybe he started rotating, not knowing if they're going to push from mid or from tunnels, and got caught in an awkward spot. Good play from Spiidi to make it into a 1v1, but I think it was a bit too predictable for him to just peek from window. Gets punished for it, and Mousesports decides to go for the force. Chris yet again towards the B bomb site, looking for that pick with the AWP.
Yeah, and much like with FaZe, we don't have that smoke down early, so chrisJ is open to get shots with this, with the AWP, and already a pick comes in from NiKo, and now Lecro needs help desperately, does have help. flusha's there. All out warfare here on the B-bomb site, as Lecro still alive by, well, not alive by big box anymore. JW coming in from the window. Easy shot for JW. chrisJ versus 2. Plenty of time. Oh, the flank is a problem. And there's the GG. 4-5. GODSENT with a recovery.
This is one of those typical Mousesports issues. They go for the force. They go for the contact play towards B. Initially, they don't find anything, but then NiKo gets a kill. They CTs throw a shallow molly, so in the exit of tunnels, and NiKo goes through it, expecting for his team to push towards the bomb set. He dies because he was low HP, and then everyone is just lingering behind that molly. They had smokes as well. They could have thrown a smoke and push through it, because there's only 1 player there, and because they waited for the molly to pass, that bought enough time for the rest of the team, the rest of the CTs to rotate in. Lekro was just hiding behind the big box near platform and the round fell apart. You need to realize in rounds like that, you are committed. There's no going back after you make the initial contact on B, because you have no map control anywhere, no utility because you force bot. Your only chance of winning the round is powering through after that initial kill or the initial trade or the initial contact even. So Mousesports should have just pushed through the molly, maybe through a smoke and then pushed, but it doesn't, like, whatever of the two, and tried to trade with Lekro before the rest of the team comes in. As soon as the rest of the team is there, even as soon as they can flash over for Lekro, the chances of Mousesports winning the round are very, very slim.
Like they say in matchmaking, NiKo, rush B, no stop.
You cannot stop that.
There is no stop.
When you go in, you go in.
Yep. If you get flashed, you go in. If you get naded, you go in. If you get killed, you go in. You just there's only one gear, and it's go in, I guess.
All the way in.
All the way in. Right. Oh no, chrisJ. Oh, what you did, mate? If you just oh man, that's so unfortunate. It came off of the scope just as the peak comes in. That is a frag, I think, for chrisJ every time otherwise. That said, we do get trades early on for the teams. pronax moving forwards, able to annihilate loWel. loWel has been eliminated. Problems here for GODSENT though, because despite the man advantage, they've lost the bomb site. And it's all about retake now. It's all about setting up the retake. And Mousesports have a nice situation. They've got chrisJ on long. Oh, how many players are going to go? This is really abnormal. You don't usually see 3 players go long. chrisJ is going to have 3 players to deal with. That's the first one. This is really nice for chrisJ. This is actually so nice for chrisJ. Oh, flusha fires a shot between the legs of Denis. That is not how you do it. And he's going to abandon ship. I would as well. He's on 5 HP. And this round is, at this point, surely beyond recovery. GODSENT making the frags, but the bomb is so close to detonation by the time they get there. Will they have time? No, they won't have time. Last frag's made at least, so damage is incurred onto Mousesports, but I'm actually so surprised. How on earth do they kill everyone there? All 3 ops, really? No, okay, good. Okay. Yeah, how does everyone die there?
Because GODSENT was taking a very, very long time to make that rotate, and sure, they put themselves in good positions to make the frags, but they don't leave themselves enough time to actually win the round. And Mousesports, in that case, actually challenged for long enough for the time to run out.
Okay, well, we have JW going for his peaks. His usual aggressions, you know, you expect it at this point. znajder. Waiting patiently. Would he get a flash from a teammate to go for the peak? That would be lovely. A flash right now would be lovely. There it is. Oh, actually, I think that was that from the tees? I'm not sure. Oh, there you go. NiKo peeking immediately with the flash. znajder able to pick up the kill before he is blinded, and now it's a matter of picking off the B players. Running one of the B rounds again, although this time there's only 3 players coming through the tunnels, and maybe you would have liked an extra player here, Janko, because then it would be a 1-on-2 on the bomb site. They did it again, they did 3 in B, and...
So this is okay-ish, because chrisJ was like on the lurk, so you can deal with that. But the problem was just that they couldn't get towards the bomb site, or that pronax was actually too fast on the retake. Caught Spiidi off guard there. You could see that he was just throwing the smoke. Ooh. Dinged from the Glock. 40 damage.
I love it when you get hit, like you get dinged and you're like, oh my god, and you realize you actually just got dinged for like a wall. Yeah, and you actually only lost like 2 HP or something. I love that. So, oh god, getting a little bit awkward there. Shouldn't be able to do too much damage. One more frag, maybe? No. Lekro with a save. 7-6. Do you feel like on the T side, GODSENT are going to go nuts, or do you think where do you see an advantage just inherently? GODSENT, will they be stronger on T side, or will this be the stronger side for them?
It's hard to call because, as I said in the pre-show, pre-game it depends a lot on them. As we see pronax pushing up top mid. This is gonna wait then. He gets the kill on chrisJ. But Mouse has long control and loWel is still in lower B. Not sure if they expect him to be there, so he can make a play for his team delayed.
He can make a play.
But znajder is looking for him there.
Here is the play. Oh, the legs. Love a bit leg. So, 4 versus 4. As we'll see whether or not Denis can land this shot, because pronax, he's getting a bit cute here with some of his peaks. Looks like he's finally just going to hold, wait for his teammates. Smart choice. GODSENT dealing with the lurker. The lurker in good time. Where are the CTs? They're taking their sweet time in setting this rotation up. NiKo's just one digging people in the middle. He's finally dead though. Has he done enough? Oh, just Denis left now. Ah, the leg crow too quick. GODSENT really took their time. They took their sweet time in getting there, but they get there and run in the end. So 8-6 it will be. GODSENT looking like they're going to be able to get to the 9-6 at this rate. I have to see how the buy goes for Mousesports, of course, but they are looking a little bit better here.
Ugh.
Juicy, isn't it?
So dirty.
Their buy here was awful as well.
There was no buy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just NiKo bought a deagle and
yeah,
it definitely paid for itself. And now he's got an AWP. He's on fire, Janko. He's on fire! Oh, you are joking. You have to be kidding me. That was not quite Anders tears of kidding, but there is some...
There was some joking.
There's some kidding. That sounds really weird when I'm saying there's some kids. That sounds weird. There are no kids. Just me and Janko in this room, casting some counter strikes. So 3 versus 2 here for GODSENT.
Denis is already in the A bomb site, but they still don't have the bomb. JW has vision now and gets the kill. It's pretty tough task ahead of Denis right now. It seems like they don't know where he is. They suspect him to be in upper B for some reason. If he gets a kill on JW, he has a good chance of actually winning the round. But he has no idea where... Oh, he hears the scope now.
Yeah. Alright, that's an easy one. So another rotation comes in. It's all about how fast Denis is in realizing... Oh my god, he actually got tagged through the door. Is he exposed? He is very exposed. Doesn't go straight for the plant.
Don't know why he doesn't...
Because he came from A, so he knows that A is clear.
Why doesn't he just leg it towards A?
I don't know, man.
I mean, someone might have been in CT, perhaps, but...
Maybe he just wants to take the one-on-one to make it a one-on-one straight away before the plant, I suppose.
I guess that's an option as well.
I suppose that's the play for him that he's going for.
See, all of the rounds that Mousesports won were actually, bomb explosions. Some of those rounds, GODSENT decided to save. Some of them, they went for the retake, but were a bit too late. As the city pistol starts, NiKo, aggressive, of course, with the AWP. chrisJ watching lower B. They are the 2 danger men for Mousesports in pistol rounds, Dan.
Danger. Oh, that's yeah, pretty dangerous. As you prophesied, Janko. Janko the clairvoyant. Looks like it's pretty over here for GODSENT.
They get the 4 kills, of course.
Is this the first pistol round they've won?
They didn't win it yet. Dan. It's Mousesports. Hold your breath.
Yeah, this is only a 1-on-4 for znajder. znajder is actually pretty beast with pistols as well, but yep.
NiKo and Chris with 5 kills in that pistol round.
Bish, bash, bosh. Okay, so moving into the next round, we're going to have the anti-force buy from Mousesports. They're playing the CT side. What is the best way, do you feel like, for GODSENT to win this round, or a round like this? 1 deeks. So basically, they just have to face and get the 1 deeks. I mean, they have 5 deagles, so...
Perhaps try to group up towards Cat without losing anyone, and then just go together Cat and, some lucky shots to get them into the bomb site, and then they have to keep challenging, but seems like they're not even gonna get to that because Denis and Chris get 2 kills on mid.
So when I'm asking all these questions, Janko, like, oh, you know, what would be the call and all this kind of stuff, it's all about, you know, really setting you up for one of these like super high paid coaching jobs. Like there's that Liquid job that was advertised. What was it, 125K? I think it was advertised.
I'm not even sure that's enough to coach that team.
I was about to say you should probably wait until it's more. That's literally what I was about to say. Before anyone jumps on that offer.
Yeah, but there are teams out there that lack leadership, not just like coaches or in-game leaders, but leadership for the team as well. I think that's often overlooked when the players form teams. Players will always, I can guarantee you this, players will always look at skill first, like at mechanical skill, game sense, who's a good player, you know. They will think about stuff like leadership and calling and similar stuff only after that.
Well, the thing is, as well, I believe that if you have a really truly good coach, you should be able to, you know, have a player and be like, okay, this player is, let's say, a little bit more analytically minded, and you can kind of cultivate the right mindsets to turn him into a good caller, for example. Like I think you know.
I think it's hard. I have to cut you off immediately. I think it's hard to turn anyone into a caller because calling full time, as Denis is gonna get some kills here, Dan, with the MP9 or not.
It's Niko, so you can go.
They're afraid of the fire.
Oh,
that was a money nade. I think calling is extremely hard in a sense that it's very demanding, as we see a team kill as well. You need to do so much multitasking in a round, like so many variables you need to take into account and still play your own game to a decent level that some players are just incapable of it. Maybe a good example is Jordan, nothing. He tried to call for C9 at the beginning of the year and his individual performance just fell off a cliff and the team wasn't performing that well, you know.
Anyway,
in a sense that his calling wasn't really anything special either.
Was not worth the
definitely
sacrifice.
Definitely not worth the sacrifice in that case.
That's interesting. Very interesting. But I do feel like generally, as a wrap-up point, that there could be more for coaches to kind of cultivate the growth of players, as opposed to just like analyzing demos straight up.
They can for sure teach them things and give them pointers. Just like teaching them how to in-game lead might be a bit too much, not for everyone.
All right, interesting. Maybe you need to pass. You should have to pass a written exam to be an in-game leader.
Approved by me, Dan.
You can just sign it. Okay, so we have the quick push coming into A, and we've got chrisJ with the scout. It's only a scout, and it's only chrisJ. Do they have the nades?
Enough for a kill or two in my book.
Will they use nades to deal with this angle where an AWP or someone could generally be? Nope, he's going to get some shots off. He misses the first one. Second one connects, but it's not going to be fatal. Oh, that one will be, though. Headshot onto flusha. They're all getting tagged very low. You would have loved some grenades to stop that, wouldn't you? Some grenades. Would have been nice.
Absolutely, Dan. I also hate it when I see players like loWel going for that AK. Like, you can't know if there's an extra player there. And you can see at the moment, I think it was pronax who died. pronax or JW still had a lot of utility on them. znajder also had a smoke, but he was going back towards long for that A split. So they could have used at least that smoke, molotov, a flash to try and buy just a couple of seconds to get to the bomb site and put the bomb down before Chris does the damage. But yeah, just that point on low, like, gets a kill with the UMP and then just pulls the knife out, goes for that AK, not knowing there's an extra player there. He assumed that pronax was the only one on the lurk, but assumption is the mother of all fudges then.
Yeah, all the fudges. And sometimes fudge is bad. It's gone off.
So Mousesports looking great. Unlike the game against FaZe, now they have a good start in both halves, winning the second pistol round, probably going to be 5-0 up after this round, and that gives them a lot more room for aggression. I'm expecting chrisJ to be aggressive in the next gun round with the AWP. They also go from time to time for upper B pushes. So expect Mouse to try and switch things up a little bit in the next round. If they, of course, don't lose this one, which wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, NiKo. Okay, finally. I was just holding my breath there, see if he gets all the taps, but no taps to be had. chrisJ with the shot there. No smokes or flashbangs to cover. Nice flick from chrisJ to finish off JW, and all you've got left now is pronax and znajder with the respective deagles that they are brandishing, but brandishing no longer will pronax be. It's just going to be znajder. But he's lost the bomb is gone, and now he is gone. 11-9. Mousesports are starting to clean things up a little bit, and I feel like, again, maybe there's a lot of room for Mousesports to still be creative to throw GODSENT off.
They go for the double op. I think this is where ideally GODSENT would have liked to have a long spawn, bit of a better spawn than this, and just use that to go long straight away, but it seems like they're going into another default.
Yeah, indeed. It seems like that's the case. You a fan of the defaults? I mean, that's a really stupid question, to be honest. That's not a question. I rescind that question. That's rescinded immediately.
Okay, think of a new one then.
Okay. Against Mousesports right now, with off of the default, how do you think GODSENT are supposed to develop the default here? What are they looking for the most against Mousesports?
They're looking not to get killed by those ops before they get into a position to execute, and
there you go.
chrisJ finds the kill. Ideally, here you would probably go for an A smoke execute, the kind of that NIP has, as we see NiKo with a cheeky peek through the pixel line.
He's going to be challenged very close here as well. Oh man, NiKo's positioning there was very, very, well, difficult to deal with, let's say. GODSENT with the A-bomb site now, and the rotation comes in quickly from the CTs.
It was shit then, you can say it. Shit positioning.
All right.
Caught in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. It was questionable. It's debatable. Markus says it's just straight up crap. Well, the retakes is not straight up crap. They're just getting all the frags here, so that's working out for them pretty well. Hitting all the shots. GODSENT unable to find good post-plant engagements, and Mousesports retake with 4 players left alive. That's insane.
Yes. I think to finish that point, ideally you would go for an execute. They didn't have to go for a full-on execute. They still got into the bomb site, and after that point, it's about team play and coordinating when to peek together. I think that even though you get into the bomb site, you need to peek ST at some point, but not individually one by one. Oh, now I'm gonna peek into CT. It needs to be coordinated, maybe after a flash, maybe just double peeking. Because still, CTs, if they have utility left, they can still flush you out or force you into uncomfortable positions with that utility.
Okay, well, chrisJ is going to be on mid, looking for the picks. He got a pick last time. I don't remember who it was on.
Pronax.
Okay, well, this time it's going to be Lekra to take him down with the Xbox position. And now this is that spot. There's over a minute left. It's a 5 versus 4. Hitting A is so often the best decision. CT teams seem to rarely try to push unless it's an upper B push. But if you want the easy one-on-one, you go catwalk to A, I would say. Let's see if GODSENT go for that. Last time Mousesports found themselves in this position, they all went to long and then almost lost the round, actually. But looks like NiKo's going to get the quick flick onto JW. He sees the bomb is dropped. He wants to play off of this, but there is flusha, and NiKo's just going to be served up for free there. Very aggressive stuff from NiKo. Doesn't work out, nor does it for loWel. What the hell's going on, Janko?
That's my line. I mean, that's James's line, but I'm supposed to use it now that James isn't here. What the hell is going on, Dan?
I don't know. This is a bit crazy, to be honest. It feels
like
like
getting a bit too hectic with players just aggressive all over the map. Denis is in a good position to get a kill or two, but the bomb carrier pronax still gets away. It's gonna get to the bomb site, and still has a molly as well, so not unwinnable for him. But CTs have utility too. It's gonna be hard for him to isolate just one player.
That had to be the frag to, as you say, isolate one. Needed that one-on-one to go well. Looking for the jump on top of the box. Is Spiidi going to give it to him? There's one jump. Damage comes in. Oh, absolutely gutted.
He definitely gave it to him, Dan, in the end.
Yeah.
As we see them waiting with the defuse so that Spiidi can pick up the AWP.
It's so this round went absolutely. They should never have turned out this way. Like, there's a 5 versus 4 for GODSENT. All they have to do is go B. We get, pushes all over the place, and then
Why did they just have to go B?
Sorry, not B. I meant A. A. Yeah, they just have to go A together. They already have catwalk control. It's easily the best spot to attack in that position. Yeah. Oh well, 13-9. Mousesports are going to be happy with that, or perhaps not. Perhaps they won't be happy until they win the map. That would be the correct thing, actually.
chrisJ was being aggressive early towards the B bomb site, holding this tight angle, but znajder gets the upper hand on him. And again, GODSENT in a 5v4. Let's see if they manage to play it better this time around. In that situation, what you don't want to do, you just want to play it safe so that you disallow the CTs of an opportunity to refrag. You can see that's exactly what happened in this round. They were waiting for someone to push long. It was NiKo. They get the kill. They go for that shoulder peek on Cat. They find the player in barrels. They get the kills on the players in mid. And it looks so simple then when it actually goes your way.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. I mean, also like Mousesports are in a spot where they start to be like, oh god, we got to take the risks, and then you get even more one-on-ones.
Which is true. That's true.
Yeah.
But they need to be calculated risk. It's not just blind aggression. It's not always the way to go, right?
I like that.
You need to. You can have players making noise, doing something on one side of the map, so you can try and exploit that while the focus of your opponents is on the opposite side, right? So you get perhaps maybe not even a favorable duel, but just a 50-50 chance, which is something you are going to take when you are at a disadvantage in numbers.
Absolutely. Calculate risks. I like that. I like it a lot.
But to be fair, that's very hard to... It's difficult to do it in the heat of the moment, right? In the round, to make the call, to realize what's going on and say, okay, guys, just throw a molly, a flash, while I try and sneak out long or something like that.
It's going well here for Mousesports so far. NiKo catches all the information of GODSENT going onto catwalk in their default, and he gets a kill as well without getting refragged. So he can fall back now, and you can see there is a push potentially on A long. This is a little bit unusual, but that's a lot of information. You can see an incendiary going into the upper dark position, because with this info, Mousesports are really expecting B at the moment, because where else can the T's be? They're in middle and B. NiKo goes close. He's in front of the flashes. Easy kill onto pronax. NiKo is ahead of the game at the moment, forcing the rest of the T players. They have to go into B. They have to play exactly into the hands of Mousesports, and that's going to be an easy round for Mousesports. JW, knife out, laid to rest.
Great CT play from them. I'm not sure if NiKo called that because he was on mid and heard a lot of players and just said, okay, guys, try to go for the push. But this is you don't want, this is a cheaply given kill. I mean, znajder goes just for that peek, goes on top of the box, and there's no one there to trade with him. You really want to avoid that, if possible. Spiidi gets the kill on flusha. Why does Spiidi have an off?
Yeah, that's really interesting. And also he's peeking mid with it. I guess they do have an advantage, but still. That blew up the really fast timing there, because I think flusha was going to run up catwalk really fast. But that blew that play up completely. So they've been slowed. They've been slowed considerably.
Again, NiKo gets the same kill. The player jumping on top of the box in mid. I think that GODSENT are losing too many players in the situation. Even when they initially get an advantage, they still give back kills. Except for that one round, which they won flawlessly. That's when they actually played it properly, and you could see the result.
Absolutely. It's nice to see... Mousesports playing their advantages pretty well, and also trying to make plays to get those advantages as the CTs, because there's two ways to do it. Again, as you say, there's either calculated aggression or there's just blind aggression. And I feel like we've seen a little bit more in the way of calculated aggression in some of the early parts of the round. As you say, though, Spiidi's peak with the AWP there is a little bit. I was a little bit confused as well. He's got an AWP. That's confusing. So firstly, secondly,
I think the only reason is because chrisJ went towards the A bomb site, and Spiidi holds B with Denis. So usually chrisJ goes B in that double AWP setup, but now Spiidi just took the responsibility upon himself.
This is why Dust 2 is always a scary map, even if there's a few T's left. There's so many spots and open spaces. pronax has to go for the plant. Oh, see ya later. Sit down. Sit down. 15 to 10. And it looks pretty good here for Mousesports, if I'm honest. I don't think there's much that GODSENT have to throw in for their buy in this round. So they'll probably just rush B. They'll probably go back to matchmaking strats and pray for the best.
It's never over until it's over, Dan. Especially with Mousesports, so anything can happen. As you can see, flusha already gets the kill with the scout.
We get a return kill here from chrisJ. He's moved himself into B, which is really nice, perhaps anticipating that there would in fact be a B play early in the round. chrisJ is the man there. He wants those frags. He'll position himself thusly. Oh, interesting that we're getting pushing all over the place, Janko. Please explain. CT's pushing all over the place. They've got Tech 9s. Lets me push everything. chrisJ now in clutch mode. Only gets one, leaving lower 1 versus 3. What the hell's going on, Janko?
They're getting wrecked by flusha scout. Dan. Not much to say there. I mean, he gets the first kill. And then Denis pushes upper B. He gets the headshot on him. NiKo dies in mid to the close Tech 9s.
I don't know if I like the push upper B, though, against the force buy, but...
Well, it was that type of a call, them showing presence towards B, dying, and then him guessing that they were just gonna all fall back. Which was true, but flusha was there a bit late, and he hit a good shot.
NiKo's alive, NiKo's got a deagle, NiKo's got a kill.
How does flusha not even attack?
Oh my god. Oh, NiKo! He's doing it again! He might die now, but he's done so much work for the team. He will die, but he's done so much. NiKo is, with that deagle, I don't know, he just finds the kills. And it doesn't even always look pretty. It's not even always like these clean 1Ds. Sometimes it's like a few shots, but he gets the kills. And that's... I've seen so many rounds like this with Mousesports where this happens.
You feel like every time he buys a deagle, he gets at least one kill.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, Simple is always the same. But I always felt like Simple was the best deagle player in the world. Personally, that's always what I thought. But NiKo definitely contests that title as well. A solid contest for that. So bombs down for the GODSENT side. JW's on that, on the upper dark area. Nice smoke trick. That's dirty, Janko. That is disgusting. That, frankly, should not be allowed.
But it is allowed then, and it's actually pretty commonly used. So Chris actually getting caught off guard by that a little bit.
JW could win the round if he's able to get the pick here. Because his teammate is going to be able to get the one-on-one in middle. He dies, though. That's the problem. Bomb down, 10 seconds to go now. I don't think there's a chance for pronax. He has to get 2 instant kills. He will not. 16-11, GODSENT will lose against Mousesports on Dust 2, or Day 4, as the Swedish people would say. And, well, it felt like GODSENT were doing really well. They had a good, solid chance going into the second half, but Mousesports just better team on Dust 2.
When are you going to stop trying to speak Swedish?
Probably never. I'm going to move there one day, so got to keep practicing.
Really? You keep
probably.
crying how poor you are and you're going to move to Sweden then?
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, London is pretty expensive
London's
as well.
London's probably more expensive than everywhere else.
I think the difference here and the FaZe game for Mousesports is that they actually had a good start on both halves, and you could see how much more comfortable they are playing. They can take risks, and they look much more solid than usual in those rounds where they would get an advantage. They played them actually properly, you know, as a team. They approached the game as a team, so it was good to see. I wonder why they can't play like that on LAN.
Well, it's time for a break then, Janko. Of course, there's one match between these two teams, but first, a break, a breather. We'll see you soon.